Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're taking a look at a very cool stove. This is a Himalayan kerosene pressure stove. I'm going to show you how it works and how to light it when we come back. Alright everybody, welcome back. So I got this to try out. This is definitely something I've wanted for a very long while. It kind of reminds me of the Optimus 00 stove. It's a little bit bigger than that. But you can definitely cook with a large pan on it, which I like. These are used, supposedly, according to their information, in Himalayan base camps. They're made in South Asia, and it's kind of an old-school cooking device that allows outdoor cooking in extreme conditions. One thing about a pressure stove is that even in the extreme cold and high altitudes, it will still work. Now, an important safety note before we get started on this is made for kerosene or lamp oil only. You never want to use Coleman white fuel or gasoline or anything like that. It could be very, very dangerous. If it gets overpressurized, it could explode with that stuff. You want to use something a slower burning fuel. What I'm using today, and I filled this whole thing up, this is 1K kerosene. Got this at Walmart, I believe. I don't know how much they are, I forget, but they aren't very expensive. This does take a lot of kerosene, and you want to start it off about 3/4 full when you fill it. Let me take the top off here and kind of show you how this works. I'm going to take these support stands off too. When you get this stove, you're going to get it disassembled, all taken apart. This will be very, very loose. You know, the cup in there, the leather cup. You'll need to stretch that out, put some oil in it, make sure it pushes down a little bit of pressure on it. This will come, this little piece here, this little cap. This is your travel cap right there, okay? That goes in the center here. This will come out. This does unscrew very simply. You just kind of unscrew it. You can do it hand tight. This piece comes off too. And that will be what you get. So this will be in the middle. You unscrew this, screw it in here, because there's a little receptacle for it over the fuel tank. Stick that on, screw it in, and you're good to go. You'll put your support stands in there and your pot support on top. Now, how do you light these? Well, it's very, very simple. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to notice here there's a little screw, like a key in this thing. This is what keeps your stove pressurized. This little key, when you want a little less pressure or a little lower flame, you're going to open it and let some of the pressure out, and then you can reclose it when you get to the flame level you like. When you start these, you notice a pan up here. You're going to put rubbing alcohol in here, not ever in the stove. You just want to use it to prime the stove to heat it up. You're going to move this about 1.5 turns, so I go 1 turn and then half. So you don't want to overpressure the stove before these get hot enough, these tubes get hot enough to actually pressurize the gas. And you're not going to pump anything, all right? Don't touch the pump yet. Once we get that going and the alcohol is fully gone, then you'll give it a couple pumps. You'll close this towards the end of the burn of the alcohol. Give it a couple pumps, and it will start up on its own. So the first thing I'd like to do is fill up that tray with alcohol. Now I have a little bottle here. I don't know if this is enough, but I do have some denatured alcohol. I'm just going to pour that in there. You want to fill it about, that's actually enough, yeah. That's perfect. You want to fill it just a little bit under the rim there. Want to make sure everything's tight, everything's closed up. This is back turn and a half. We're going to move that kerosene out of the way. Not that anything's going to happen, but I just like to be safe. I'm going to light it, and there you go. Now that alcohol there is burning. Let me turn off the lights so you can see it. Yeah, it's burning. It's hot. I can feel it. And you're going to let those tubes heat up. Remember, you don't want to close this up or pressurize anything before those tubes get hot enough to vaporize your kerosene gas. So, let me give that a few minutes to heat up, and we'll bring you back when it's about ready. Alright, so just to show you that it actually is burning, I have moved the lights away and turned off the top light. It's almost ready to start. We are going to start closing this up now, okay? Getting the pressure up a little bit in there. And now we can start pumping. I'll give this a couple of pumps. And I'm going to light the burner in the center and see just how we're doing. There we go. Alright, so we got it going. Now, as this pressurizes, it will stay pretty stable with that, flame there. If you want it to get a little higher, what you're going to do is pump it. And just like that, you get a better flame. So, let me put everything together on here, keep this running, and we're going to try and boil some water with it and see how long we can do with water. So as you can tell, that thing's quite loud. Alright, we got 2 cups of water here, 16 ounces. I measured it out in that. We're going to put it on here. it up a little bit. There we go. And you will have to pump this as you use it from time to time. There we go. And we're going to put it on here. Start our timer. And off we go. Let's see how long this takes for 2 cups of water. For about 140. I wanted to show you what it looks like. We're getting bubbles in the bottom. That's what the burner looks like. You can kind of see it with the reflection there. With the shade, I mean. We're getting some bubbles in the pan. At 1:40. Definitely doing a good job. And as your gas gets lower in your tank, remember, you're going to need to keep pumping this as it gets lower. Again, this isn't built for convenience. This is built for using it in extreme conditions and kind of the old world kind of cool factor of it. So whenever you need to do that, you're just going to pump a few times and it'll keep going. Now, if you need to lower the flame, you'll let a little bit of the gas out of here. I don't want to do that right now because we're timing it. But you'll open that up and you'll hear it hiss a little bit, and that will let some of the gas out. So let me keep this going, and I'll bring you back. We've got 2 cups of water. We're about 2 minutes and 30 seconds into it. Let's see how long it takes. 4 minutes. Say we got a rolling boil in there. Definitely working now. Let's back up a little bit so I can show you how you can turn down the flame. I'll open that up a little bit. I want to let you watch it go down. I think it's a little lower. And if you want the stove to go out, all you got to do is open it all the way like that, and it will go right out. So that's not a bad burn time. This is probably only the 3rd or 4th time I fired this up. I'm probably going to be using this in a lot more videos because A, kerosene is cheap, so to keep it fueled is not bad. And B, I kind of like it. It's kind of an old world, kind of old school style thing. I believe this is made in India, to be honest with you. I can kind of tell by the imprint and the name. Prabhat, Prabhat, I believe would you pronounce that, I guess. However, if anybody out there knows the correct pronunciation, please feel free to tell me. It's definitely a cool little stove, and it's definitely something that I would think if you had this, using it indoors, like I've got 2 fire extinguishers here. You know, I've got a door right there that I can throw it out if it starts to catch on fire or runs away. But I would think using this indoors, I wouldn't suggest using it indoors just because of the nature of having the flame and a possible flare-up and then the kerosene. And this would be more something I'd use for an outside base camp type thing or a bug-out, you know, a car bug-out situation. Keeping this in a car, excellent thing. You break it all down, take your kerosene, put it in there. It's not as an explosive type fuel, so you're not storing like gasoline or an isobutane can. I think for a car, kind of car camping or car bug-out type thing, pretty cool system all in all. I definitely like it. It's a little bit discolored now because of the heat. Again, I have never cooked anything on it. I've fired it up a few times to try it out, and I've always wanted one of these. And the Optimus ones are just so expensive that they were kind of out of my price range. So something like this is kind of cool. I believe they run $58.60. So for around $59, you can have something that's kind of a cool old classic. It's a neat little system all in all. I like it. It's a little bit bigger than what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like maybe a little bit bigger than a Surveyor 123, but hey, you know what? It works well. I can put a full-size pan on that. Don't have to worry about anything falling off or anything too small. And the neat part is if you have a smaller cup, it will nest in there right on the inside rim. So it definitely can hold all sorts of stuff. Now let me show you the accessories it comes with, because it does come with some accessories. I put them in a bag here. You will have a funnel for your fuel. It does come with a filter, but I lost the filter already. I was mopping up in here after the storm, and I lost the filter. Okay, you got an extra pump cup. The one in there is fine. You just kind of got to stretch it out and oil it, make it soft, and it works very, very well. As you can tell, that's the original. You'll get your instructions. You will get 2 of these cleaners. Now, what these do is these go down into the hole. See if you can see the little needle on them. They go down into the hole there where the gas is getting vaporized and clean it out. I don't know if you noticed in the beginning when I started this, after it went, it kind of went poof, and it only shot to one side. What I did was I turned it off really quick, put this in there, cleared it out. I guess a piece of machining or metal or something got stuck in there and it came right out and it fired right back up. So it didn't affect the boiling time. I just took the water off, stopped the clock, and put it right back on. But yeah, that'll clean out anything new. Probably because it's new, and these are, sort of crudely made. They're not super high-end machining. They've probably been put together for years the same way and work great, so you really don't need to worry about it. And you get 3 of those. And this wrench to put everything together and take it apart. That'll fit down there. That'll fit up here to take this off if you have to. All in all, it breaks down into a fairly small package Really not all that bad, gotta say. I really, really like the thing. I like it for its looks as well as its performance. I think that's kind of a cool kind of thing. I can get out my old lantern, you know, that folding brass lantern I have, and set this up in a bushcraft camp. It'd be pretty darn cool looking, all in all. If you want to get back to old school stoves and stuff like that, definitely a way to go. Anyway, folks, that's the video for today. This is a Himalayan kerosene pressure stove. You like these similar, they're all the same thing, from the Primus to the regular kind of knockoffs. You will like these all pretty much the same way. Some people say to just let this burn out and then pump and light it. Some people say when it's starting to burn out, you tighten it up and then you pump and light it. There's a bunch of different ways to do it. As you can see, we got it going pretty good, so I'm not too concerned about it. As long as it works, I'm happy. Anyway, folks, I thank you for watching. Don't forget to check out all our links down below. I will have a link to one of these in our Amazon store. It is the exact same one, so it's easy to use. These weigh about 2 pounds, 6 ounces empty. Diameter is about 8 inches. They're about 9 inches high. They could easily cook for 4 to 6 people in a pinch, so and they can be broken down and assembled, you know, anywhere you really need to. And you do have that travel cap, so when you take this burner off in the center here, you just plug it with that. So like I said, the link will be down below. You can check it out, see if you like it. If I forgot to mention anything about it, you can see it there. Don't forget to check out our Amazon affiliate store down there, as well as our freeze-dried wholesaler link. It's the last day of the month, folks. If you want to get your orders in, get them in there. Get your freeze-dried wholesaler orders in. You save 15% for clicking my link. That's it. You just click the link and boom, you save 15%. Don't forget our My Patriot supply. That's preparewithiridium.com, preparewithiridium.com, and our Thrive Life freeze-dried food store as well. Thrive has some awesome, awesome food. Really clean, good food for you for storage for 25 years or longer. And you'll really, really like it, I think. Anyway, folks, thanks for watching. Remember, you can't control what happens, but you can prepare for it.